Hey YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Frank here. Today is gonna be a different kind of video. I wanna talk to you all about my $1 million mistake. Say hi to Astra. She's a miniature husky me and my fiance rescue from the shelter. But anyways, like I was saying, I wanna talk to you about something I'm not very proud of, how I missed out on $1 million. And you will see why in a moment. First of all, we kind of have to travel back to 2018 when I was just a kid that got out of high school and I got my first job. If I'm being honest with you, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say where I was working. I'm pretty sure there's no issue. I was working at Burger King. I was cooking burgers for $7.25 an hour, and I was just a young kid who was about to go into college to study business administration. Now, like I said, I was just a young kid, barely spoke English. I had just gotten with my partner, and I was learning a lot. And I'm sorry, my dog is eating behind me, so like if you could hear them biting, I'm sorry for the noise. But yeah, I was barely learning English, and I started watching English-speaking YouTubers, and that's how I discovered Graham Stephan. I had to move away from that area because my dog wouldn't stop eating, and I'm obviously not going to stop my dog from eating to keep recording, so just move away. So yeah, I had just discovered Graham Stephan, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you know who he is. He's a big economy YouTuber, great guy. I don't know him personally, but you know, I've been watching his content for a long time, and he's really good at what he does, right? So I discovered Graham Stephan, and that led me into the investing world, right? I started learning about investing, stocks, trading stocks, day trade, crypto, and that's a big part of this $1 million mistake. I let the dogs out for a bit so they come outside and have fun. Look at them, they're so cute. Anyways, I was learning about investing, and I had just gotten my first job, which if you combine those two, you know, things happen. And I think for the next part of this video, since I'm going to be showing you numbers, it's better if we head over to the office so I could show you the actual numbers with the actual dates and everything, so you understand how I lost $1 million, kind of. By the way, before we sit down and we start analyzing numbers, don't forget to subscribe, because last video actually duplicated my followers, or my subscribers, I should say. We went from 11 subs to 25. Some of you might not think that's a lot, but that's actually insane. That's if like Mr. Beast went from like 100 million subscribers to 200 million subscribers with one video. That's more than 100% increase actually. So that is insane, and I'm really grateful for it. And now let's get into the numbers and telling you a little bit more about the story. Okay, so here we're in the office. Am I sorry for the mess? Not really. I'm not. I can't. That's just me. You know, this is where I work, guys. Look, if you had an office and you worked there every single day and it was in your house, you will understand. This is actually kind of clean for how much time I'm spending here. It's more time that I would like to spend here. Getting back to the story, I had just learned about investing, and I had my first job where I was making roughly, I'll say anywhere between $700 and $800 a month. There was some month where I'll make $600, some other month where I'll make $850. I mean, the difference is not that big, because at $7.25, you're kind of capped at how much you're allowed to make. And also, since it was a part-time job, I wasn't allowed to go over 39 hours. I mean, sometimes we'll go over 39 hours, but supposedly our manager will get in trouble. I think that's BS. Our manager was just bad. But anyways, going back to the story. Back in 2018, I downloaded an app called Robinhood. Many of you know Robinhood. This is an app where you could buy stocks, you could sell stocks. It's an investing app, pretty much. For those of you that don't know Robinhood, pretty sure most of you do know Robinhood. Anyways, I got the app and I started buying my first stocks, and I actually have numbers here on my cell phone and I'm gonna show you. So here you have it when I made my first deposit. It was actually in September 18, 2018. And I'm actually gonna be showing this on the screen right now so you're not confused about what I'm looking at in here, right? So I made my first deposit, $25. I mean, I was starting out in investments and stuff. I was learning, so I was like, you know what, $25. I was making $7.25 an hour, so that's actually like 4 hours of work, or yeah, after taxes, that's like 4 hours of work. And as you can see, it was just little buys. I was depositing money and then I was selling the stocks just like 3 days after, a day after. I was learning, you know, I was getting into it. And I kept doing that for a couple of weeks before I learned about something that cost me $1 million, something that I really regret today. Every now and then, me and my fiance talk about it, and it's like, man, like seriously, like we could have been rich right now. But anyways, before I keep going, I do want to let you know that the point of this story is not for me to brag or to make you feel bad for me or anything like that. It's just so you learn from it. If I'm able to learn from my mistakes and I have a YouTube channel, why not share with you guys so you also learn and you don't make the same mistakes I did. Anyways, I kept trading the same way I was doing it, buying a little bit, then selling, buying a little bit. I don't even know if I was positive or negative at that time, because at that time what I was really doing was investing on myself and on learning. So every time I'll buy and sell a stock, it was just me trying to learn about it. But then we get to November 15. As you can see, in November 15, I did a Bitcoin market buy for $8.01. Now, that's not a lot. If we go into here, as you can see, I bought 0.001 Bitcoin. Bitcoin back then was trading for $5,400. And the reason I bought it for $8 of Bitcoin is because cryptocurrencies had just been introduced to Robinhood. Before, you couldn't trade cryptocurrencies in Robinhood, so it was like a brand new thing. If you had Robinhood back then and you traded cryptos, you will know what I'm talking about. It was this thing where you could even talk, like every time somebody would buy crypto, it would show on the Robinhood chat, because there was a chat where you could go and see the live trades of crypto and you could talk with people in there. And I mean, I had just discovered the future. Like imagine me being a kid at 18 years old. I learned about crypto in 2018. I mean, yes, crypto was already around for like, 8 years or something like that. But it was kind of like still unknown. Like not a lot of people knew about crypto like they know today. So for me, it was like, cool, I'm gonna start investing into this crypto thing. And obviously making $7.25 an hour, I couldn't afford to buy a Bitcoin. I had to go for some alternative coins. And if we keep going up in here, as you can see, I actually made some money from that crypto. I paid $8 from it and then I sold it for 20. Then it kind of went down and I bought it for 16. And then, like I said, we start getting into the alternative coins. And as you can see in here, we have a Dogecoin market by November 15th, 2018, $11 of Dogecoin. And that actually got me 3,900 Dogecoins because I bought Dogecoin at 0.002 cents. That's an insane amount. Today it's probably around 0.15 cents or close to the 20-cent mark. So buying crypto at what, 100 times cheaper or 1,000 times cheaper? I don't know. It's an insane number, paying only 0.002 cents for it. Now, remember about the chat that I said that Robinhood had? Well, a thing started happening where everybody was talking about Dogecoin, 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 and I just kept hearing that. Dogecoin, this is the future, this is gonna hit $1. So that's when a brilliant idea crossed my mind. I was like, what if I invest $2,000 into Dogecoin? If you do the math, buying $2,000 worth of Dogecoin back then would have been equal to 1 million Dogecoin. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. I was like, fine, I'm gonna start buying Dogecoin until I reach 1 million Dogecoin. Because if this does reach $1 one day, I'm gonna be a millionaire. So I started buying Dogecoin. And as you can see here, that day, November 15, I bought another $16 of Dogecoin for 5,700 Doge in total. 2 days after that, I bought 32 cents of Dogecoin for 123 Dogecoin. I was putting even cents into it because I was really broke back then. I mean, I was just a stupid kid. I was getting paid for my fast food job. I was living with my parents. I was really enjoying the money, you know. $800 felt like a lot of money for me back then. So I would just waste it and I wasn't smart about it. So even if I had 30 cents left, I would just put it into Dogecoin. And as you can see in here, if we keep going up, I actually put a Dogecoin limit sell, but I didn't end up going with it. As you can see, I canceled it. And then I kept buying more Dogecoin because I really wanted to stick to my plan of reaching 1 million Dogecoin. As you can see, for $19, I bought 9,000 Dogecoin. And that's just insane to think that $19 could have gotten you 9,000 Dogecoins. I mean, doing the math, if I was to have 9,000 Dogecoin right now and I was to sell it for 15 cents, I'll make $1,350. So those $19 that I invested would have been $1,350 today. Then after that, as you can see, I spent 21 cents for 100 Dogecoin, then 11 cents for 50 Dogecoin. I mean, I was really putting even my last cent. November 26th, another $14.49 for 7,000 Dogecoin. That's just insane. So much money nowadays. That's like, I don't know, that's like probably $800. I kept buying Dogecoin. As you can see again, I did a limit sell because I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I was 17, 18 years old, probably 18 because I was able to invest already. Again, another Dogecoin market buy, $5.48 for 2,500 Dogecoin. We keep going in here. Another Dogecoin buy, 20,000 Dogecoin for $50. 20,000 Dogecoin. Look, Dogecoin is selling for 18 cents right now. So if I was to have 20,000 Dogecoin right now and I was to sell it for 18 cents, I'll make $3,600 from those $50 I invested. That's from this $50 right here. So $50 would have turned into $3,600 if I didn't make the mistake that I made. And you will see what my mistake was. As you can see, I also bought Ethereum, or I don't know how you call that, Ethereum. I don't know, I started buying Ethereum where it was trading for $128. Nowadays, Ethereum is trading for what? $3,000? I bought 0.02 Ethereum for $128. If I had the knowledge that I have today back then, I would be a millionaire in 5 years buying crypto at this price. You know, because obviously, I have the knowledge now, but I can't afford to buy crypto at a big amount. Like I could have been able if I was smart with my money back then. If instead of spending my money going out with my friends, which I don't regret, let me be honest with you, I don't regret inviting my girlfriend out for dinner. I don't regret going out with my friends. I don't regret buying cool things. I don't regret buying video games. I don't regret doing that kind of stuff. What I do regret was not being smart about investing in the right time. It's like a golden opportunity, you know? I had a golden opportunity where I could have been a multi-millionaire if I wouldn't have been dumb with my Burger King money, because it's not like I was making thousands of dollars every month. I wasn't even making 1K. And if I would have been smart with the little money that I was making, I could have been so rich today. Anyways, let's keep seeing it here and let's keep making fun of me. As you can see, another Dogecoin buy here for 1,000 Dogecoins for $2.33. That's insane. And then guys, here comes my $1 million mistake. Let's put ourselves back in context. I was an 18 years old kid, an immigrant who barely spoke English. I didn't know about Reddit. I didn't know about like all this trading, cryptocurrency, social media stuff. I didn't know anything about that. I was doing everything on my own with very, very little research and resources. And here comes my big mistake. My big mistake was telling somebody I really, really appreciate and I really, really admire about cryptocurrencies. I had told my mom about crypto actually. I told her to buy a Bitcoin whenever she had the chance. It was actually $2,000 when I told her about buying Bitcoin. I was just a dumb kid to her. So she said like, no way, we're not putting that kind of money. We don't have that kind of money. Like we were really poor. I mean, we're still poor, but we're really, really poor back then. So obviously she couldn't afford it. And which is a funny story because years later, every time she sees me, she's like, I wish I would have listened to you because, you know, as you can see nowadays, Bitcoin has reached a huge, huge number. So like above $60,000. If she would have listened to me, she would have made a lot of profit. Anyways, she's not the person I was referring to. I actually told my brother about crypto. My brother, my oldest brother, he's somebody I look up to. He's somebody I really admire. I really love him. And I told him about cryptos. And my brother, being ignorant and maybe a little bit innocent about this topic, he said, you know, for me, crypto is just kind of a scam and it has no future. Now, imagine being 18 years old and telling somebody that you admire that you're investing your money into crypto. And my dog is back here. Sorry, she's just interested in the conversation. Imagine telling somebody you love and admire about crypto, something that you are really, really focused on reaching a goal, which was reaching 1 million Dogecoin over time, which was like $2,000 back then. And this person crushing your dreams, telling you, yeah, that's just a scam. It has no future. He was older than me. He was like, I don't know, 25, 26. And he told me that he was already making some kind of good money, or at least what looked like good money back then. He had a job. He was somebody I admire, and he still is somebody I admire. But when he told me that back then, he really crushed my dreams and he got into my head. So I went from wanting to buy crypto and saving 1 million Dogecoin and buying a little bit of Ethereum, which was only like $100. I mean, it even went lower than $100 back then. It went to like $80 or something like that, $90. Buying Ethereum Classic, buying a little bit of Bitcoin, maybe like, I don't know, I couldn't afford much back then, maybe 20% worth of a whole Bitcoin or something like that. I went from there, from that point where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do all of this and I'm gonna hold Dogecoin until it reach $1. I went to like, yeah, I gotta get rid of all my Dogecoin. I gotta start selling everything. I gotta let it all go. So on January the 10th of 2019, a couple months after I had started investing and I had started this journey where I had a plan set on my mind, I changed my perspective because of the opinion of someone else. You know, and I decided that I was going to sell my Dogecoin. And as you can see in here, I have a market sell for 49,000 Dogecoin for $105. That was the moment I gave up on saving 1 million Dogecoin. That was the moment I gave up on being a millionaire without knowing it, because only 2 years after that, Dogecoin would reach a high of 64 cents. That would have been $640,000 from just Dogecoin, because I also plan on buying more cryptos back then. I wasn't only going to buy 1 million Dogecoin, that was only $2,000. I had planned on investing a lot of dollars. I even thought about taking out a student loan because I had just started college. So I had planned on taking out a student loan and investing that money into crypto. Imagine if I would, oh my God, I just can't even. Guys, if I would have taken out a student loan, which they actually offered me like $5,000 or something like that for a student loan every semester, and I would have put $5,000 into Dogecoin back then, let's do the math in here. $5,000 divided by 0.002, that's 2,500,000 Dogecoin. And if we were to sell it, let's not even say at the highest point. Let's just say for 50 cents. 50 cents, right? Because obviously, I don't know when I was going to sell. My plan was to wait for $1, right? To Dogecoin to reach $1. But maybe if one day I woke up and I saw $1,250,000 on my Robinhood account, I probably would have sold right there, right? But being young and being stupid made me listen to others and value their opinion over mine. And that mistake cost me potentially more than $1 million. Did I learn from my mistake? No, not really. I only learned from my mistake years after I saw the price of crypto going up, because at the moment that my brother said those things to me, I literally gave up on crypto. I was like, this guy, he's a programmer, he's really smart, he knows about computers, and he's telling me that crypto has no future. So I literally gave up. I was like, okay, I'll forget about it. I'll start investing into stocks. I started investing into stocks. That was a total failure. Well, it wasn't really a failure. I invested into safe stocks. I wasn't really like buying penny stocks or anything anymore. I invested into safe stock and I had to sell it because I lost my job in the pandemic, which is another thing that we're gonna talk about later on here in this channel. I lost my job and I really haven't worked since then. I've been doing self-employed for quite a long time now, like 3 years. I've been working for myself with my YouTube channel. I mean, if you watch my recent video before this one, you will see my 6 streams of income that I have every month. If I wouldn't have listened to my brother and I would have listened to my instinct instead, today I'll be a millionaire. And that is the story of how I missed out on $1 million opportunity because I was young, stupid, and I didn't have confidence on myself. And if you're gonna take something away from this video, let it be that you have to stay consistent with your own belief. I mean, listen to other people, for sure. You have to listen to other people to be wiser and to learn, but don't take their opinion as the universal truth. Stick to what you think is right and follow your instincts. Follow your heart and do what I didn't do, what I wasn't capable of seeing and doing back in 2018. And I can't really be mad at myself because I was a kid, I was insecure, I had lack of personality, and I didn't know crap about what I was doing. If I had the personality and the knowledge that I have today back then, like I said, I'll be a multi-millionaire in 2-3 years. And the reason that it's not going to happen now is because I missed that golden opportunity when crypto was at a very, very low point. I mean, buying Dogecoin for 0.002 cents. That's a dream. Now Dogecoin is trading for 0.18 cents, and that's still low compared to how much it reached in the pandemic. And I don't think crypto is going away anytime soon. It's been over 10 years that crypto has been out there going up and going up and going up with the years. I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not telling you to go invest at it. I'm just telling you my story of how I missed out on more than $1 million for listening to other people's and not following my own instinct. So if you're gonna take something away from this video, let it be that. Follow your own belief, do your own research, and listen to yourself and yourself only, because ultimately you're the one taking the decisions. Nobody else is going to rescue your ass. My brother is not gonna come and give me my $1 million that I potentially missed out on. And guys, that has been my story about how I potentially lost $1 million or more. Let me know down in the comments if you have been in a similar situation where you listen to somebody else and you missed out on a big opportunity, maybe like the biggest opportunity of your life or something like that. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm gonna be making this channel something really personal, something for you guys to learn about my mistakes, and hopefully we could learn from each other. And also, I'm sorry if the video quality is not the best, if the editing is not the best. I do everything by myself. And I honestly don't want to do this retention editing thing where, like, you know, they make these videos like the new YouTube nowadays, these big companies. Nothing wrong with that. It's just not what I want this channel to be. I want it to be something more of a me to you talking to the camera. That's it. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this blogging type of content. That has been everything from me, and I'll see you next time. Smile for the camera.